Welcome back, YouTubers. This time I'm doing a triple review. This was my most recent Kamen Rider build purchase. The Kamen Rider build Hazard Trigger, the Unicorn Eraser, and Wolf cell phone sets. Now, this one is a little trickier to do, so I'm going to be showing them off one at a time. But as you can see, like usual, the box shows the form, all the usual text and such. Nothing really different about these ones. I do question the design of these boxes, though. For the small ones, the tab on the top is fine, leaving all this empty space and it can hang. But I don't see why they don't just make the box this size and cut off the extra. It would save a lot. But as you can see, the Hazard Trigger does have a little meter, and there it is on the back with the Wolf cell phone, something we actually haven't seen in the series yet. Him in his Black Hazard form. But it's your standard design. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first up, Wolf cell phone. And now Unicorn Eraser, one of the odder combinations. That one's got a much more different sound effect than the other ones in the series. But as you can see, pretty good, interesting sounds. We haven't actually seen Unicorn Eraser, though we have seen the Eraser full bottle used by Kamen Rider Grease so far. However, they've just finished the first arc, and now they're going on to the second arc involving the other countries, with one having been sneak attacked at the end of the last episode, and now we're down to just one-on-one, though I suspect it's actually going to have two more factions. But we will see what happens. We've also seen the Hazard Trigger used twice now, and how it works. So let's show you how that goes. So for this, I'm just going to use the basic Rabbit Tank full bottles. Anyway, as you can see here, this is the Hazard Trigger. It's got a small plunger here, which corresponds to the one in here that goes up and down, and a slot here and a slot here, which triggers the change in sound effects. It has the switch inside this little cover plate, which I do like because it means you won't accidentally set it off. And it uses those small watch batteries in this section here. There's a pull tab you'll have to pull out when you get yours. But anyway, let's get on.
Hazard on!
And it just keeps going. Anyway, so let's show you how this works. First, there's this. Doesn't do anything at the moment. Then,
Hazard on! Hazard on!
so that's all it does in that form. Then, Now if you press it once,
Hazard on! Ready, go! Overflow!
then there's this.
Hazard on! Ready, go! Uncontrolled switch! Press hazard!
I'm not sure if it's completely different, but it sounds very similar. But that's just what I've seen it do.
Ready, go! Hazard attack!
And there you have it. Now you can swap in any full bottles you want, but from what I've seen, the black form doesn't have as much change in it when it comes to the driver sounds. In the show, he can sprout wings and use the Gatling gun when he's in Hawk Gatling, so it seems to me it's very much an extension of the sparkling can. In fact, why don't we give that a try with this? You never know. So not really compatible. It'll do the same with the Dragon Claws attachment. The sounds basically overlap with each other, so they're not really meant to be used together. We'll probably never see a Rabbit Tank Sparkling Hazard form. Still, it's an interesting little gimmick to add, and I do like this. Though we are going to see another trigger switch of this nature later in the series. It'll be black. Plus, there is now officially a new build driver coming out, one that's all red with different coloring in parts, but it also comes with 2 new bottles. So I'm not sure if you need the black driver as opposed to the red one, but I mean, if you like the classic design, plus we don't know what's going to happen yet with that one, I would say I'd still go with the black one simply because the design looks a lot better. The red looks more like it's some sort of super form rider belt. However, it might also have additional sound effects programmed in that no one's been able to figure out. As we've already established, there are 32 best matches that correspond to the bottles on their own and not other riders from other series. So, there's that. But if you like this, I recommend the Hazard Trigger. It's definitely a nice upgrade part, though we are going to get some more, so take that as you will. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this, and like and subscribe. Ciao!